Colonel Samuel Troutman's intro and scenes were pretty cool. It reminded me at first a bit of Eric G. Dove, the narrator, but Zachary really made it his own. He really took a different perspectual path to Troutman, and I really enjoyed that. Like the back and forth cuts are pleasant between Teasel's preparation and Rambo's. It keeps the slowest part of the film accelerated. You know, once again, great filmmaking here. No complaints. I loved all the little house fire bits. You know, I was like, damn, he must have saved a lot of cost on batteries for smoke detectors on this one. It was great. It was very daring. So once again, Zachary really did go where no other filmmaker dared to tread on this. He would do things that just other people wouldn't do or couldn't get away with, in my opinion. But back to the cutting back and forth between Rambo and Teasel. I always said that was the slowest bit because I know in my book review, reviewing those chapters of the novel, I kind of separated them between two episodes. Like, instead of cutting back and forth, I did all of the Teasel part with Troutman and Kern first. And then in the second part, I did all the Rambo stuff second, like the jungle fever stuff. So I like that because going in, I was a little bit worried that part would be a little long, but he really compacted it. He really brought it together in a great way. Like, he really sold it to the viewer. It was just really, really well executed. And once again, it felt totally accelerated. Like, the film didn't even slow down. It got right to the point. It got to all the punches. It got to all the lines. It really amped up for the final act of the film, which is just brilliant. I love that brew scene. You know, it looks so realistic that I wondered if it was real or done purposely. You know, if it was, that's going beyond. That is really good cause in filmmaking. But I don't want to say that people should hurt themselves for making movies, but a lot of people do get hurt. Either way, I thought it was just really well executed. A really, really good makeup effect, if it was one. It was great. The mud scene was also expertly executed. That's my second favorite part from the novel. So it's great to see how he did it. Incorporating the shower again with the tactics. That scene was just awesome. You know, so much of this is sure joy to watch. You know, to watch him utilize his apartment. It's so very creative, you know. The mesh is so solid. I love the toaster radio CB. I love Kern's sort of Scotty feel. Is rather cheerful to experience. Oh, I got a text from my man Cornell. I'll be right back. Hold on a second. Sorry for the delay, folks. I'm back. So I really love the utility of the window. You know, climbing through the window stuff to represent the mine and such. As well as the passing cyclist who we catch going by. So that was pretty funny. I love the Rambo in the closet. You know, behind the bathroom door cuts also. Like, he utilizes two points in his apartment to pull off that effect, and I thought it really came across, you know, how should I say? It came across really well, and at the same time, it was like, it was very creative, you know. I just thought it was a real wonderful way to mask the altered and blocked mind entrance. I thought that was pretty cool. The foreshadow of the wind as well in the scene is very nice, and the way it's placed in. I thought he did a really good job of that. A lot of people would probably, you know, try to pick that kind of segment up later on, or if you're looking at an indie film, a lot of people wouldn't even add that in. So I thought it was a really nice touch to, you know, especially for a reader of the book. It was a nice touch because it really signified. You know, it was one of those things that went beyond, where he didn't have to do it, but it just came across so very well. That's one of the things I think also about this, that it makes it really enjoyable, because there's a lot of times like that where he adds little tiny Easter eggs, as if it were, to it. It kind of feels like little tiny Easter eggs here and there from the book, that it gives it a better feel. Like if you didn't read the book and you watched the movie, you probably wouldn't pick up on it, but if you're a reader of the book, it's nice, and it makes you smile, and it makes you, you know, it just proves that much more that he was really in love with his project while he was working on it. So I think that was really, really well done. Moving on. Like, this movie's design is just spellbinding, you know? It's amazing architectural blueprinting, and like the conceptual skeleton, like, of it, I should say, like the way it's put together. It's sheer genius. The black screen subtitle scene is fucking awesome. I was hoping for that, and it didn't disappoint. You know, I found myself doing the Batman theme with the ba ba kind of thing in my head. You know, when the laughter kicks in and he kind of embraces the bats. I love that part. I really do. It plays out here that the skeletal design for everything was pretty great. And that's something like I even brought up in the novel as a remake episode that we were doing, where I would, and when we were reviewing the book as well, is that cave scene, you know, the pitch blackness. I find it adds a lot of character, because you're in the dark, you can't see anything, but you can hear it. I think my only regret through watching this was not watching it with headphones on, because I would really love to hear how he amplified the sound through headphones in that scene, because the sound is really great. It's amped up a bit, and it really helps us to feel the paranoia and the fear. So that was like a brilliant little scene. I'm so glad that he did it like that, you know. I've been a fan of seeing scenes like that way before movies like Buried, but like when I went to see Kill Bill Part 2 in the theater with my good friend Andrew Gonzalez, it was beautiful, like being in the dark for a really long time, hearing everything going on outside, and I thought it was a really nice touch. I really enjoyed that part. A cool additional scene, not from the book, is where Rambo steals the cruiser. Um, I thought that was nice. It's a little, once again, a little thing that took it beyond, you know, maybe something he wanted to see that wasn't in the book. Like, it's kind of referenced in the book, but it's more like news that comes in later on. And when we do kind of feel that, it's more through as if it were like a premonition segment of Teasel's. So it wasn't really direct, but I like how he filmed it anyway, and he put it in, you know, for some of the small, very small, tiny differences that he took out. He definitely added the same weight of what he took out into it with other little additions here and there that were really creative and really beautiful to watch. Now, I love this little bit he does next where how Anna's resemblance remains a mystery to us. She's unseen, and it plays because in the novel at this point, Teasel can't even remember what she looks like. So it works beautiful that just her argumentative voice is heard, and you know, it's the thing he remembers most about her presence is their arguments, as if it seems in the book. Like, we don't get a lot of the joy between Teasel and Anna in the book. It's more like Teasel's regrets, or what Teasel wants over Anna's feelings. So I liked that she remained a mystery, you know, just her hand smoking a cigarette. You know, there's a bottle of booze in front of her. It's really a beautiful touch. Like, I like that he went that way with it. I like that he handled this movie with a lot of care. Like, I love how he really delves into it. Like, he really captured the spirit and the essence of the book. And yeah, congrats, man. You made a wonderful movie here, and it shows on every level. Okay, so let's move on to some other things.